Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you all back to Gothic 3. So, I tried to record this yesterday. The frame rate was not cooperating at all. It was absolutely awful, and today it doesn't really seem to be much better. Hopefully, it will start to smooth out as things start loading in, but I don't know what it is. Like, I'm getting... Normally, Fraps doesn't cause this degree of a performance drop, so I'm not really sure how to explain it. Now, one thing that I believe my good friend Dark Angel pointed out was I misread this recipe here. I thought I had 8 dragon eggs and needed 9. Turns out I got that backwards. I have 9 and I only need 8. So I can go ahead and brew this potion, and we'll see what supposedly unknown effects it has, even though it clearly has some substantial effects. Boom! Of course, that's the only one we'll ever be able to make, because, quite simply, we cannot get any more dragon eggs. At least not likely. I wonder if it makes that sound effect when you drink it. Nope. But, it's quite substantial. We got a lot of extra mana. Even more from this, I think. Yes, yes, yes! Potion of Strength, Potion of Endurance. So I'm hanging on to those just because I don't know if some of the other elemental elixirs will need them. So we now have 176 Strength, so I might actually be able to can learn how to dual wield now. Ah, yeah. Wonder if that's worthwhile, though. Tell you what, we'll head to Binsala really quick, because I know that Darrow there can teach us dual wielding. Alright. Unfortunately, I've been doing everything I can to try and improve the performance. It's just not really helping. I can't figure out why it seems worse than usual today. But, if anyone knows any way to, like, a patch or just some kind of file tweaking that can get this game to try and use more than one core, because I have a 4-core CPU, and I took a quick look at the performance, and one of the cores is maxed out, while the other ones are using less than half of its power. So, like, overall, my entire CPU is at, like, I think around 40 to 50% of, like, maximum usage. But the first, like, one core of my CPU is just being absolutely, like, overworked by this game. It's consistently at 100% usage, so that's why this game is performing so horribly. And I have seen some kind of, like, dual-core CPU fixes, but I don't know if that'll work for this. I don't really want to try and mess with that stuff too much when we're so close to the end here. And if it screws up all my... You know, if it screws up the game permanently, I just don't want to have to go through reinstalling. I could back up the files, of course, but even then, that's not completely reliable. So if anyone knows a way that I can try and get this game to start using the other cores instead of just maxing out one of them, just let me know. Because that would definitely do a lot to make this game run better.
Would you teach?
Anyway.
I want to learn to fight with 2 weapons.
The art of fighting with 2 weapons demands great concentration. You carry 2 weapons at the same time, so use them. You can block quickly and strike back fast. Go practice that.
So that is a very powerful ability that we now have, and can do us a lot of good. And, I did try and test the Ice Blade just to see if it had any special effects, and I didn't get it to activate, but I have seen other people playing it where it seemed like the Ice Blade had a random chance of actually freezing enemies. So I think it can do us a lot of good. So here, you can see we now have 2 weapons equipped. I have a Wenzel Sword in my left hand, and the Ice Baby in my right hand. And you can use them independently by using the quick attacks or the normal attacks. Because you only use your right hand weapon with the normal attacks. Your left one is completely unutilized. So, but each swing will put a different side of your body in front, of course. And you can block with either weapon. It doesn't really make a difference. But, of course, it's good to have my Wenzel sword in front because that means I can do the poison stab, which happens pretty quickly. I think other NPCs have been able to use it faster just because, you know, they have more talent with it. But then we have that attack, which is, as you guys have seen, is extremely powerful. And I'm trying to figure out, because there were points where they kind of had a quick follow-up to that. And I'm not really sure how they did it, because it was like a quick spin in the other direction. I'm not really sure how they do that. But either way, this should be a big help. Maybe not, though. I mean, no, it seems about the same speed. I thought that I might actually be attacking a little slower. It doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, so I don't really know how to do that quick follow-up that the other NPCs were doing. It might have actually been a glitch. But either way, that's pretty cool. Still, we'll be using the staff for a lot of things, but that might override the usefulness of the staff spin attack. Difference is the problem is you have to do it right. You have to draw what you want in your right hand first, so it could get complicated. But I still think we'll have great use for that in the Mora Sul arena. And speaking of Mora Sul, it's about time we go there. So it does not take long to get there, in fact. And when I tried recording this yesterday, the frame rate just pissed me off too much, and it probably won't be any better today. But along the way, I did see something I want to make sure we grab. One of those skull and crossbones, you can see it right in front of this cross here. So someone was buried here, and along with them, apparently some treasure. So we'll make sure to grab that right quick. And it's different than it was yesterday, but so it seems like those treasures are randomly generated. There doesn't seem to be any unique loot in any of them. So be it. And those ruins there are some people hiding out there, but we're not going to worry about them just yet. There will be a reason for that later. Alright. This is exactly the problem I was having before. As I approached, it just kept hanging like this. God damn it. Now it's completely locked up. There we go. But right around this wall here... Oh man, look at that. That is ugly as hell. Right around this wall here... And by the way, as far as my GPU, it doesn't seem like my GPU is working too hard on this game. So it's not a GPU problem. It's purely my processor, my CPU, that's having a lot of trouble with this game. And that just seems to be... It seems like that's always been an issue just with the genome engine, which is another reason why it's very irritating that Piranhabytes refuses to try and get a new one, because remember that when Risen 3 was released, a lot of multi-core systems could not run it, and they had to release a patch just for that reason. So I think that issues with multi-core processors they just seem to be inherent with this engine. So they really need to deal with that.
Right moment, father of competence. I hate to tell you this, but my own guards have robbed me. Those dogs! May they never find a drop of water again!
Those bastards.
You're selling water?
That can be a profitable business, master of 1,000 adventures. A traveler who's dying of thirst would give anything for a cool drink from my well. You can have a cool drink too, if you like.
Cool.
You let your own guards steal from you?
If you want to do me a favor, hunt down those guys. I already told Bandaro, the bounty hunter, about this. But that was the last time I ever heard from him.
What did the guards steal from you?
There were at least 700 gold coins. I want them back.
Hardly seems worth all the trouble just for 700 coins.
I will bring back your gold.
That would be extremely kind of you, Master of Generosity.
I will take care of your guards.
I hope they have already withered under Inos's unrelenting sun. May their bodies shrivel.
Yeah, I get the picture.
You must hunt them down. Do you hear me?
I hear ya.
Show
We'll hunt down those guys. So he's got some stuff. Not a whole lot, and for a water salesman, he has surprisingly little water. He's just kind of got general goods. There's nothing really outrageous about his inventory. We seem to be running low on lockpicks, so I will buy some of those. But someone did remind me what the guy with the quest for the skins here wants, and I just don't really remember. He has 2 separate quests, as far as I know. So, the trophies, we'll just hang on to whatever we have for now. I might need 2 of these, I don't remember. There's another quest that happens later on where we do need like knives and bloodfly stingers, so we'll hang on to those. Sandcrawler mandibles. I could sell some of these armors, but I'll wait on that. Now in this place, oh, I can't believe I did that. Oh, I just gave him like $2,000 worth of goods for 9 lockpicks because I misclicked. God damn it. I don't even feel like reloading for that. And so here is probably one of the... Well, it is the biggest city in Varant, but even so, it's not all that impressive. That's one thing it's always kind of bugged me about open world RPGs like this. It's just that the cities are never very large. They're never reasonably big. Like, they talk about how incredible and majestic and overwhelming they are. And you realize, like, for how proud these people are of these cities, you can walk from one end to the other in about 30 seconds. So, I wish more games just actually expanded their cities. They don't need, like, I mean, what, this game has, if we include if we just count up all these locations, there's 6 in Varant. I mean, Gothic doesn't really count, so we won't count that. Vanguard is absolutely the biggest city, but the thing is, it's all ruined. So there's 8 in Murtana, and then 4 places in Nordmar. So that's like 16 locations, and none of them are very big. But they talk about how, massive their cities are. They're really not. And this one, it has a lot of tents and a few... In fact, it has more tents than anything. I don't know why It doesn't seem like this is actually like a city that people are meant to live in. It just seems like people set up here for trading purposes. So they're all merchants, and only a few of them actually have residences here, which are all along that side. And of course, this middle part here, that's obviously the leader of the city owns this place. And what the hell is adorned on his tower? Those faces up there, they almost look like aliens. Do you see what I see? It's kind of weird looking. I want to get a closer look, but I don't really know how to get up there. Oh my god, I'm getting like down into single-digit frames here. This is awful. I just don't know any way to actually optimize this game. I've done everything I possibly could, and it's just not helping.
What are you doing hanging around here?
What sort of building is this?
I ought to have you flogged for such a stupid question. You're standing in front of the residence of one of the most powerful merchants in Varant. Gonzalez has great influence here in the desert, and you will honor his name, or die.
What else can you tell me about Gonzalez?
He is the most skilled merchant in the desert, and Zubin's most important man when it comes to business. So be careful not to arouse the wrath of Gonzalez, or things will go badly for you.
Yeah, I get it.
I hate this guy's voice actor.
I'm looking for work.
Don't talk nonsense. A man like you is here to make a profit. That's why they all come to Mora Sul. Or you want to become a good fighter. You can learn that from me.
How can I do Gonzalez a favor?
Everyone knows that Gonzalez only receives people who impress him and bring him gifts.
I see. About the gifts for Gonzalez.
Speak. What do you have to offer?
What would Gonzalez especially like?
Well, what could possibly please a man of the world? A special hard-won weapon? Beautiful woman? Maybe even if long overdue debts were finally paid. You think of something. Mora Sul is large. You're sure to find some suitable gifts here.
Indeed.
I'll take a look around.
Well, here's an easy one.
I bring gold for Gonzalez.
Ah, yeah. Gonzalez will be pleased by this gift. Gold is always good, but gold isn't everything.
Now, I don't know why it starts a quest as soon as you give him the gold and ends it as soon as Nasib stops talking. It's kind of funny.
About the gifts for Gonzalez.
And we can give him the swamp weed.
Is Gonzalez also interested in swampweed? I have a whole package here.
You are a man of taste. Yes, that will please Gonzalez.
Here, the stuff comes from Lago.
Gonzalez will be very pleased with this.
You better be. Now, I'm going to be cautious about this, because we can try and talk to people about the promissory note regarding the katana. And I feel like, I don't know why, but I get the suspicion that if we choose the wrong options, we might miss out on it. Now, what's interesting is kind of this ornament here, this big, long, like, blade of sorts, and it actually seems like it might be, almost looks like repurposed from the actual halberd weapon. The blade shape seems a little bit different, but it does have that, like, little disc guard there, which is kind of funny. Ever seen this piece of paper? I'm not interested in this bump. But I guess you'd want to go to Ningal with it. Everyone goes to Ningal about paper. Alright, so Ningal is in fact inside. And of course we can't get in there until we convince people of our good intentions here.
You haven't been in the city long, have you? Then you should know one thing. Mora Sul is Gonzalez's city. Gonzalez takes his cut from every business, every deal, even from the thefts. Have you seen the elite warriors running around here? They are under his command.
I see.
I can get you a couple of missions to put a bit of gold in your pockets. Mora Sul can be very expensive, especially for travelers.
What sort of missions do you have?
Bounty hunting. I am looking for a couple of really bad guys and a thief. There is also this missing Hashashin.
Who is this thief you're looking for?
His name is Yusuf. He stole some artifacts from the excavation.
What's so unusual about that?
First, he stole the artifacts that can be used to open the temple. And second, he got caught and took off. Gonzalez can't let him get away with that. The orcs are still guests in our country, after all.
I see. What about that missing Hashishin?
His name is Ramirez. He works for the Black Mage, Ningal.
Tell me more about the bad guys.
The guards of Kafu, the water vendor on the east side of town, they ran off with his gold, just like that.
And?
Kafu is high in Gonzalez's favor. Do I have to say more?
Nope, I get the picture.
I'll look into Ramirez.
Good. All I know is he was on his way to the Fields of Ruins. And he has been gone a very long time. So find out what's wrong.
I will kill Yusuf, the artifact thief.
Good, but to do that, you'll have to find him first. Take a look around the excavation. If you're lucky, he's hiding nearby.
Now, that's actually not true. He's not hiding anywhere near the excavation, but I don't remember if anyone has clues as to where he goes from there. But I do know where he is.
I will track down Khufu's guards and kill them.
I have already sent people north and east, but they haven't found anything.
And what does that mean?
Somebody bold enough to tangle with Ganzaf to stay in the area.
What? Gonzaf?
I'll find
He
them.
screwed that up. His dialogue for some reason just got a little cut there. Is there something else I can do for you? Well, since I'm working for Gonzalez as a bounty hunter, I have no time to hunt the dangerous beasts in the nearby areas. Way back, I collected all kinds of trophies and researched them together with an old friend. When you can deliver me some trophies, I would be grateful. What should I bring you? Foremost, I'm interested in all the creatures of this desert. 5 sandcrawler mandibles, 10 jackal skins, and 5 sandlurker skins. One of these bring me 10 dancing meat bugs orders. Does it never cease? Of course, I'll bring you your trophies. Well, here they are. All in good condition. Nice job. Sadly, my schedule doesn't allow me to research them myself in more depth. My friend Aschnu in Bakaresh, however, is still very interested in good research. Here, take this package. It contains everything you just gave me. Bring it to Aschnu. He will reward you appropriately. So you are about
I
to...
used
Oh,
to hunt
shoot.
everything,
Whoops.
but Gonzalez offered me a good deal. The job here is a bit quieter, but I've still got what it takes. So, if you want to know something...
Perhaps I do, but I don't. And right here is the teleporter stone from Mora Sul, right on Bandaro's table. Help yourself. So I guess we'll hop on over to Bakaresh right quick. So Aschnu, he's the dude who, like, the only merchant in this town who doesn't actually sell anything. Well, actually, no.
Show
Hashishin.
I cannot give this to you. You are not worthy.
Yeah, so that's not as good as this is already, but we just need more ancient knowledge to use that. We should be able to find quite a few stone tablets in Mora Sul. I have here a package from Bandaro. What does he send me? Some trophies I had to bring him. He thought you would certainly like to have a better look at it. You brought him these trophies. You did a good job. Here, take this gold as a small reward. Bring him my greetings. What about the package? I'll examine the contents more closely. I've never seen some of these trophies myself before. If you want to earn some more gold, there are still things I would like to examine. You seem to be a skillful hunter. What are you looking for? In Mortana live wolf-like beasts that are known as wargs. Bring me 5 of their skins, I'm sure I can bring up some more resources. I would like to have a fitting complement for these sandcrawler mandibles. North of the desert are the mine crawlers. 5 of their mandibles would make me happy. Where Varant and Mortana border, you'll find swamp lurkers. Bring me the skin of one of these creatures. So, oh, do I already have everything? I didn't think I had any warg skins. Is this true? Apparently I do. Cool. Found everything you were looking for. I thank you for this. I'll check them right now. When will you be finished with your research? A couple hours should do. I've already checked the trophies from Bandaro. How the hell do you do that? You're just here for like 10 seconds. Whatever, I'll take a nap. See if he'll be ready when we come back. So, have you been successful? Actually, some very interesting results. What can you tell me about the jackal skins? Exactly what I expected. They're absolutely worthless and do not smell pleasant. You can take them with you. No idea why Jafar possesses such skins. Huh. So that seems to imply that we can sell them to him. You find anything interesting about the warg skins? Sure, the skins are here in Varant not only very scarce, but of amazingly high quality. Surely a tailor will show interest for these. In Braga is a tailor with certain problems with his skin deliveries. Maybe we should pay him a visit. Here you have the warg skins back. One of them I keep for myself. What did you find out about the swamp lurker skins? They have a very interesting pattern, and are much more suitable for further processing than sand lurker skins. The smell is not really pleasant, but that will flow away once they haven't floated in the swamp for a while. I would really like to have a money pocket from this material. My old one wouldn't want to do his job. Fortunately, I don't know anyone in this area that can prepare this skin this way. Next thing for you to do is find someone who masters this art. Presumably, there should be an expert on reptile skins in Mertana who lives close to the city with the great waterfalls. If you happen to find him, please give him the skin. Something to be done with the crawler mandibles. And now I got the impression that these sandcrawler mandibles contain secretion, like is said about the minecrawler mandibles. Unfortunately, I don't know how one could extract this secretion. Apparently a sect on the Isle of Corinus uses crawler secretion before almost all of the members fell victim to the sleeper. How'd you find out about that? Former sect member now lives in Mora Sul. Maybe we can help you with these. Ah, so that would be, oh, well, someone we haven't met yet. But he will be important. So, he wants us to go to the city with the waterfalls, which is actually Silden, and seek someone there who might know how to process skins. You know what I just did? You know what I just did? I just recorded for over an hour and never recorded my microphone. Again. So that's all great fun. Now I have to do this all over again. So, thankfully, what I did do was I wrote down everything that I accomplished during the part that I woefully neglected. And should be able to go through it all again very quickly. Also a plus, I have done my 4th fresh restart today of my computer, and despite some hiccups as the game's loading again, it does seem to be running moderately more smoothly than it was before. So I'm not really sure what was up. I think I need to completely shut down my computer in order to make sure everything just kind of reset itself, because doing a restart where the computer never fully shut down didn't seem to actually fix anything. So, what we needed to do was Aschnu wanted us to find a hunter near the city with the 2 big waterfalls, which are of course those over there. And one of them who could probably process lurker skins. And Luke John happens to be our man. A Hashishi merchant from Varant would like to have a money satchel from swamp lurker skin. My work is not for free, you'd have to do me favors. Of course. What do I have to do for you? Skin deliveries to Montera, Silden, and Galdern. Deliver these packages, you'll get your satchel. So I have to bring them to the pretty much everyone who receives deliveries in those 3 cities. And now what's interesting is I recall a playthrough I did where we had actually killed, I had actually killed Sanford, and of course he was not there to receive the delivery. So as far as I can remember, Luke John will just, for God's sake, Luke John will just take the delivery back and cancel that part of the quest. So you only have to deliver 2 shipments. Now, one of the things I had also done was just check out this cave here. There's not really anything special about it, but I did find, in one of the chests I found a summon lightning spell, which of course will be very useful in many circumstances in our presumably near future. Goodness sake. So it'd be a good idea if I could manage to grab one of those. Since much of the loot is randomly generated, it might not still be in the chest in here. But we shall see. Nope. Alas. So, the first... Well, that snake was actually pushing me around. Jerk. First delivery we shall go to Montera. Where be it? Where be it? That was alarmingly hard to find. Why am I kind of scooting around so much? Now, one thing I had done when I previously tried to record this and just got fed up with the lag, I had checked out a cave that was near Lago. There's actually one, like if you approach Lago by swimming, you'll actually pass right by it. I deal with skins to Sanford, no big deal. So, it was interesting because there's a lot of design to that cave. You don't ever find a cave quite like it. You swim into it, and there's just some, static stuff like crystals and little stones, and there's nothing to really find in there, but they could have made use of it, and based on the design, I think they had some intentions for it, and it would have been cool if they had actually done something with it. And I was hoping that the content mod would have done something with it, but that does not seem to be the case. I still did not find anything in there. Alright, no accusations of thievery this time. Nimrock receives a delivery for this city. And the delivery for Silden goes to Kadok, the Orcish blacksmith. Not sure why he's the one who receives it, but so be it. I guess it's just kind of the most sensible. You would think you would give it to Givus. But, I'm not really sure why we don't. I mean, I guess we already did deliver a delivery to Givus. I think presumably this skin delivery was a personal order from Kadok himself. And now, with all that done, we can head back to Luke John, but there is one thing that I had forgotten or mostly neglected to do in previous runs through this place, and that is to deliver this probably now rotten parcel of berries to Bozip here. I mean, to Stan.
I have a package here for you.
Wild berries from Bozo. Marvelous. I haven't been to see him since the orcs doubled the watch. My thanks for the courier. Here, take this.
Now, it's interesting because we actually get a slight reputation boost in Silden for doing that. It seems like a bad idea because if our reputation goes up because of delivering berries from a revel outside the city, you would think that would draw some unwanted attention to ourselves. But so be it. Self-forged longswords. Now, someone did point out, actually, that it's more economical to actually create and sell broadswords than longswords, because longswords... Why is that one flying? I think it fell into the water. Yeah, it's more economical to craft and sell broadswords than longswords, since longswords require ore. Wow, that one didn't react at all. A mana plant. So now we just have to head back to Bozip. Crocodile. Head back to Bozip and report. Because he wanted to know why the fishermen were not coming around her anymore. I think there might have been a valuable plant up here somewhere. Possibly a king's sorrel. I don't quite recall. Perhaps not. I was actually looking at some of the forum posts on Steam for this game, and it's kind of funny how, like, newcomers are just so, like, vehemently put off by some of the things they find in this. One of the things I remember, like, someone just flipped out about the fact that he found, like, those giant dinosaur enemies in this game. He was just like, really? Really? Dinosaurs in a Piranha Bytes game? And you realize, like, they've had giant lizards in this game since day one. You know, snappers, the giant lizards, lurkers. It's just that those are particularly huge. And it makes sense that they're, you know, kind of in the bigger wilderness areas of this game.
I gave the package to Stan the fisherman.
Aha! Why don't the fishermen come to us anymore?
The orcs have doubled their guards.
All right. I understand. Thank you. Here, take this gold as a reward.
Cheers, my man. So we head along this way. We got to deal with some lurkers along the way, but so be it. Nothing wrong with the experience. Eat it. Kind of right in the face, but it's not necessary because I can one-hit these fools anyway. So here you can find some more stone roots for some reason. Even though there is, as I said before, no use for those things outside of the quest to get and restore Porgan's Druid Stone. Don't know if I ever looted these. This is where the wolves were, I think. Yep. I already dealt with these. Oh, no you don't.